Welcome back. It's the start of a new year, and I guess you or someone close to you may have or will be making different resolutions as to what you want to do this year. Some people want better jobs, others want new cars. But how about that plan that drives all of these other plans? The plan for your health. Let's see what our correspondent, Yomi Otaigbe, has put together in terms of how to plan for a healthier you in 2015. That's our focus in health tonight.
The year 2015 was ushered in with fanfare all around the world. After the celebration comes the need for individuals to put in motion different plans to make the year a successful one. Expectedly, many people would be looking forward to improving their careers, businesses, and academics. But the question is, what will you do differently this year to be healthier?
In the new year, what I plan to do is that there will be a regular checkup. Then also, we want to read more on health issues so that in order to prevent unforeseen circumstances.
And just take very much good care of myself, more better. Like I want to be fat.
We should try and be walking with our leg. And it's part of exercise. There are some people that have exercised themselves where they are walking. So you cannot still expect them to be doing more exercise. But everybody in Nigeria should try to be doing a little exercise.
My classmate and I were supposed to do a checkup on ourselves. Once you're above 40, you are supposed to go for the test as a man because it's one of the killers of men. Prostate, yes. We are supposed to go for prostate. We were supposed to do it about 2 weeks ago. But because of the activities around there, we couldn't go. But by February 2015, we are going to go for our prostate test that we are doing.
For those who are smoking, this is a good time to say, okay, I want to stop smoking. The harmful use of alcohol is also very important. While moderate amount of alcohol have been shown to be okay, when alcohol is taken in excess, that's clearly something that health-wise we might want to consider as a resolution. Eating healthier. We've all eaten so much this past festive period. Generally, I would say with eating healthier, we want to avoid the 3 S's. Refined sugars, salt, and saturated fat. An annual medical checkup is a good thing that we might want to incorporate in our lifestyles, because when you know what's going on in your body, then you can catch things early so that they really don't become a problem.
Year after year, people make resolutions to exercise regularly, make better food choices, and give up on smoking and other bad habits. According to health experts, following such basic rules can help cut heart disease risk, diabetes and cancer risks, among others. But it would seem that most people fail to keep these promises.
First thing is, why are we making these resolutions? We need to know and be convinced that we're doing this, and we need to know that when we do this, it clearly is going to have an impact on our lives in the short term and in the long term. So when we're convinced that's the reasons why, that clearly helps. Then it's also important to let the people around you know and let them be a support for you. For people who take, for instance, smoking or taking too much alcohol, you might want to tell your smoking buddies or your alcohol drinking buddies, I'm not doing this in 2015. Or for those who are taking alcohol, maybe before they were taking 6, 7 bottles, like, okay, I'm not going to do more than 1 bottle, or I'm going to stop totally. So telling the people around you, clearly that helps. Being determined, being focused, it's tough, but it clearly helps.
How about getting enough sleep? You know, sleep is a necessity, not a luxury. You may also want to keep a check on overcommitment and manage your stress levels. By balancing work, home, and social commitments, you can keep a more relaxed and positive outlook that would impact positively on your health. Yomi Otaigbe reporting for Channels Television News.
Now, from health to education, A-level students seeking access to higher education in the country may now be able to do so by exploring the opportunity provided by the Joint Universities Preliminary Examination Board. This was announced by the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Rahman Bello, at an interactive session with journalists in Lagos. He said, though it's an initiative of the University of Lagos, it enjoys the backing of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board.
We piloted and led the formation of the Joint Universities Preliminary Examination Board, JUPEB, and this is a body that has been accepted by JAMB as a formal examination body that can be used to assess university education in Nigeria. It's an A-level body, so it admits directly to 200 level. And this is in conjunction with several other universities in Nigeria, so including Obafemi Awolowo University, Federal University of Technology, Akure, Federal University of Agric, Abeokuta, University of Benin, University of Uyo, University of Port Harcourt, and lately University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and Federal University of Technology, Owerri, as principally as partners in that examination body.
The Ondo State Governor, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, has restated his administration's plan to improve infrastructural development in all state-owned educational institutions in the state. The governor said this at the official commissioning of the newly built Senate building at the Adekunle Ajasin University. The 5-story structure comes with a large Senate chamber, a council chamber, 2 conference rooms, 10 board rooms, 148 offices, and a spacious parking lot, amongst other facilities. Top government functionaries, guests, and members of the university community were present to witness the ceremony.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Business News. I am Adeshewa Josh. The Gombe state government is proposing an appropriation bill of over 87.7 billion naira for the 2015 fiscal year. And presenting the budget to the State House of Assembly, the governor, Ibrahim Dankwabo, explained that the budget was made up of a recurrent expenditure of 46.65 billion naira and capital expenditure of 42.8 billion naira. The preparation and submission of the budget, according to him, was based on the fall in international price of crude oil. Governor Dankwabo added that farmers in the state will be given soft loans through a revolving fund to further boost their yield and the economic base of the state. And financial markets across the country are expected to reopen on Monday, the 5th of January, after observing the public holidays declared by the federal government to celebrate the New Year and Eid al-Maulud. Before the holidays began, key indicators at the Nigeria equities market ended 2014 0.66% higher at 34,657.15. Stockbrokers at the Nigerian capital market predict that the various instruments available on the local bourse may face high risk this new year. At the currency market, the naira ended the year 13.8% lower at 181 naira 50 kobo from 160 naira 60 kobo recorded at the end of 2013. Meanwhile, Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves continued its downward slide, ending the year down by 20.8%. Data from the Central Bank of Nigeria's website shows that the reserves fell to $34.52 billion at December the 29th. And at the international oil market, the first trading day for the year saw the global benchmark Brent crude oil close down nearly $1 a barrel after a day of choppy trading, despite expectations of new investments in the new year as strong midday rallies in crude fizzled. Brent crude was down 91 cents to $56.42 a barrel. It earlier touched the post-2009 low of $55.48, having averaged around $110 a barrel between 2011 and 2013. Front Mountains crude for February delivery settled down 58 cents a barrel at $52.69 before a steep 50-cent drop post-settlement. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, which includes Saudi Arabia, declined to restrict oil output in November despite pressure from its member nations. Iran's deputy foreign minister urged regional rival Saudi Arabia on Thursday to take action to support oil prices, saying producer countries across the Middle East will be hurt unless the price slump is reversed. And in other news, Apple is facing a lawsuit for not telling users about the amount of memory required by its flagship operating system. The legal complaint revolves around iOS 8 and the amount of memory it reserves for itself on iPods, iPhones and iPads. The complaint alleges that it takes up so much space that far less than advertised is left for people to store their own data. The lawsuit is seeking millions of dollars in damages for those using Apple devices facing the storage squeeze, and Apple has yet to issue any official comment on the lawsuit. The latest upgrade to iOS 8 was released in late September, but Apple was forced to withdraw and reissue it because the first version meant a lot of iPhone 6 Plus handsets could no longer make calls. Apple issued a public apology over the botched update, but said only 40,000 people were affected by it. And finally, on Business News Tonight, the value of euro is falling to its lowest level since the middle of 2010 after comments from the president of the European Central Bank, Mario Draghi, that the bank might soon start a policy of quantitative easing to try to stimulate the Eurozone economies. The euro fell 0.4% to about $1.20 after Mr. Draghi's comments, but European government bonds surged. The weaker euro is a mixed blessing for the struggling Eurozone economy, as European exporters will gain a competitive advantage against foreign rivals because their products will become cheaper for customers who pay in dollars or other currencies. Since oil is usually priced in dollars, a weak euro cancels out some of the economic benefit from the recent drop in oil prices. And that's Business News Tonight. The News of 10 continues in a moment.
Next on the news at 10, Andy Murray wins his first title of 2015 as Novak Djokovic pulls out of the Abu Dhabi World Tennis Championship final. That's in sports news. Please stay with us.